Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Leo June 10, 2022. The first half of the day is good for getting comfortable or centering yourself. You're not inclined to linger on problem areas unless the tools for fixing them are right in front of you with the moon's transit of your solar second house. Later, the moon moves into your communications sector, stirring your desire to reach out and make connections or learn something interesting. Aim for a state of being pleasantly busy, as it can be difficult to focus or concentrate later today. When all else fails, lean on your peers for the answers you seek. Although, in addition to connecting with your immediate circle, the moon's shift into harmony-seeking Libra is also encouraging you to consider all sides of the story, despite your default opinion of something or someone. The moon will also be in direct opposition to lucky Jupiter, celestial ruler of your romantic fifth house of love, passion, and pleasure, creating friction between what you know firsthand and the treasures waiting for you in the unknown. Maybe it's regarding a romantic interest's belief systems or the way they see the world. Don't let your ego cloud your judgment. Prepare for a relatively slow morning since the moon in Virgo will station void of course for a few hours. Instead of looking at the details of your day, you may want to take it relatively easy. Later on, the moon will leave its slumped state and enter Libra, allowing you to pick up the pace. You may feel more mentally alert once the moon is in Libra, which will allow you to be more communicative and attentive to your correspondence. Use the mentally active lunar energy to make the most of the rest of your workday. You could be in a dreamy frame of mind. Planetary influences might be making you feel spacey or ungrounded. You might find it hard to focus on practical, linear tasks right now. Your mind could be filled with images. You could be replaying past situations in your head, flipping the pages on some old memories. Try to take breaks throughout your day to keep your head clear. Not everything in your private life is running as well as you would like. Friends and family have their own wishes and goals and are not bound to show consideration to you. Even though it's tough, accept that some situations will not run according to plan. Try to change your perspective and understand others' points of view. This is the best strategy at present. Try not to freak out when things change today. It happens all the time, of course, and you always manage to survive. In fact, if you can relax about letting go a little, you should do quite well. If you are longing for love and the feeling of security this brings, don't always pursue it with such vigor or be overly concerned if a love you want isn't always available. You can get what you want by taking your time, being a little more relaxed and calm. A brand new outlook brings with it the promise of success. Things could unfold very rapidly today, so hang on to your hat. You might find it a challenge to complete all of the tasks on your list right now. If you have an important deadline to meet, you might need to put in some extra hours at the end of the day. A lot of unpredictable energy could be bouncing around right now. You could find yourself dragged into impromptu discussions and running urgent errands. Remember to schedule time to relax at some point. Don't be surprised if you have the opportunity to let a close friend know how you feel about them today. The essence of a vibration centers on mutually beneficial relationships, and with your expressive nature, you're certain to show your appreciation in a unique way. Taking the time to let the special people in your life know how important they are to you serves to bring joy to everyone. The more you give out, the more will come back to you. With no planetary activity in your communication sector, the moon's monthly visits are key to keeping the communication lines open but also keeping things real and authentic. This first visit since Saturn's retrograde turn in your relationship sector and the only visit while the sun is in your friendship sector is keeping the moon busy today. However, while the moon will move on, this is creating the kind of positive energy across the communication, friendship, and relationship fronts that could have a lasting impact. What a difference a few days can make. It was within Saturn's first 24 hours in retrograde motion in your relationship sector that a clash with the moon may have pushed some old buttons. However, just 4 days later the moon is in your communication sector, offering a chance to give your emotional responses, relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Great news for anyone who has a meeting to host, a test to take, a bunch of texts to send, or just a lot of things on their mind. The quick-witted Gemini Sun advances your brainpower to an elevated level today and helps you accomplish all of those mental tasks like a boss. This airy, open-minded energy also makes you curious about the people around you and provides you with the communication skills to have some seriously positive social interactions. Networking for both business and pleasure is an advanced skill you possess today, and you have the ability to connect with a vast range of people. The downside of this breezy transit can be distractions galore. The world is such an interesting place to you now that it's really hard to focus on one thing at a time. Luckily, your charming personality leaves most people with a positive impression of you even if you aren't able to give them your undivided attention. Think before you express yourself to avoid unnecessary drama. And don't accidentally spill the beans about a situation you are seeing from the sidelines and know little about. That way, you can avoid accidentally stirring the pot and stay out of the drama. In the pre-dawn hours, the Virgo moon trines Mercury in Taurus, harmonizing our intuition and intellect. This influence allows us to meet people where they are mentally instead of talking down to them. We can communicate complex ideas by breaking them into smaller, more manageable parts, making concepts feel relatable. If we are asleep at this hour, our dreams might be prophetic, providing us with straightforward imagery so we really get the message the universe is trying to convey. Around dawn, the moon trines Pluto in Capricorn, offering healing. This signature dredges up awareness buried deep in our unconscious minds. We suddenly realize what seminal events set us on our current path of emotional, physical, or material service. Health issues, fears of inadequacy, or run-ins with institutions or authority figures might have separated us from our sovereignty. However, at this time we recognize why we have faced prior adversity, which allows us to become a conduit for higher intelligence. At this time, we gain charm, charisma, and courage, perfect for seizing the day. Physical affection is an attribute of this transit, but intimate connections may not form without mental stimulation in the form of witty repartee, polite banter, or playful compliments. Leo Mars suggests that others will really go places if they keep our company, and a warm attitude draws people to our side. This is an ideal influence for entertaining or rallying others around an important cause or social justice movement. Passions are high, and we might be moved to fight for others' rights, knowing that is the just thing to campaign for all to be able to exercise their freedom of expression.